Well, hello, lovelies. How are you? Welcome to my channel. I am Priestess Makala, and also known as Felicia in human form, and also known as Miana in my Taino tribe family form. So, let's talk, shall we? So, first of all, are we done? Are we done with the whole slapping situation thing? Are we done with that? I know I am. I was done with the moment when it happened. So, let's jump into something I have to tell you what happened yesterday. Now, yesterday was Saturday, and there was some weirdness of we just had this whole day planned out what we're gonna do, and I'm like, okay, let's go do this, let's go do this. And I said, let's go. I gotta go over to Folsom, go drop some things off. Gotta go to storage. So we're driving over there, and I get this strong push go into the bank. And I'm like, I can do that on Monday. No, go now. I'm like, okay, okay. So the bank over in the Folsom area where I did a lot of my banking and stuff when I lived over there, I said, okay, fine, let me just stop over here. I like this bank anyway because they're really nice and they're always on top of everything. So I went ahead and went there. This is so good. Frozen mango, almond milk with frozen grapes, sprinkle of nutmeg and cardamom. Mm, mm, so good. So refreshing on a nice what are we having, a solar flare day. We're not even going to be able to say summer. We're going to have to say solar day. It's a solar day. So anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So I stop off at the bank and I'm like, okay. And then I walk and I'm going to go stand in line. And I said, okay, I'm going to ask the questions about what's coming down the pike on April 8th all the way through the 12th. I need to know. I said, because I didn't receive anything. So, okay, that's what I'm here for. Okay, I'm going to ask this question. So I'm standing in line and I'm thinking, should I stand in line for this? And Spirit says, no, she's coming out right now. And I go, ooh, the lady over there. And I watch, and there's this other this manager lady coming out, and she's going, and she walks, and she goes into her little office, and I'm just like, oh, and they go now, go talk to her, and I'm like, okay. So I tell the lady behind me, oh, you can go ahead of me. I don't. She goes, you sure? Oh yeah, I gotta go over here. So I go over there, and I look in on her, and I said, hi, good morning to you. Um, I have a question, and I was hoping that you can help me with it. And I said, I understand there's some changes coming up in the bank on April 8th through the 12th. She goes, oh, yes, did you get your packet? And I go, I have got nothing. As a matter of fact, I was just kind of guided to come to in here to talk to you. And all of a sudden you just kind of like walked out, but it wasn't you. I was just guided to come and talk to you. She goes, oh, okay, come in, have a seat. She goes, okay, well, you didn't get your packet. Let's find out what happened. So somehow, whenever they mailed it to the old address where I used to live on Homestead. And I'm like, I don't know why it went there. I had already changed my mailing address and everything with the other bank in Rockland. So I think what happened, it didn't trickle down. It didn't go everywhere. I just assumed it did. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess you didn't get it. So she says, well, this is what's happening. You are getting a whole new account. And I go, well, what's wrong with the one I have now? She said, well, and she kind of, well, because I said, look, let's just get on the straight page. I know what's going down. Does this have to do with what's going down? She goes, yeah. And that's all she could do. And I said, okay. She says, let's put it this way. We had to send out massive amounts of letters to everybody notifying them that their accounts are going to change. And what's going to happen, you're going to get a whole new account number, but whatever is attached to your old account number is not going to be able to, it won't go through. And I said, huh? She goes, it's not going to go through. And I said, okay. So we're working out all the kinks, but from the 8th through the until after the 12th, you're not going to have access to your account. If there's something going on, you're going to have to come in, and then we're going to try to research and to see if your account is up and active, because we're going fully live on the 12th. After the 12th, you have 2 years to do any changes that you need to do. I'm like, 2 years? What the hell's 2? Okay, that kind of goes with the agenda. I'm like, 2 years. So I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of looking and I'm saying to myself, and I said, okay, well, what about my like cards and stuff that are coming out on my account? She says, you're gonna either have to notify them or they're not gonna be able to pay to take money out because that account won't exist anymore. I was like, really? Hmm. So I just kind of like, well, what do I do? Hmm. So she goes and prints out the paper. And I didn't think about this until I came on. And she says, okay, we got your prints. I'm just gonna kind of cover just so you know where I was. And she goes, we got your because we're doing a system upgrade. And I thought it was really funny. They show this system upgrade, they show this little bar. But here's the thing, February 22nd, 2022 is when this was issued out to me. And I'm just yesterday, April 2nd, 2022. Okay, let me repeat that again. This was noted to go out to me, went out on February 22nd, 2022. I never got it. I go in on April 2nd, 2022. Okay? Look at all them twos. So, and it's telling me they're upgrading their business, they're upgrading all their stuff, and your routing number, everything's going to be changed. And I was like, oh, okay. So she says on the back, you have all your new account numbers. I said, oh, okay. I look on the back and I said, okay, I see my savings, I see my car, and I see my checking. I have 4 accounts. One's missing, the Visa one. Nowhere to be found on there. It's going bye-bye. I pay it online, but for some reason, that one's not on here. So I don't know if that's a part of the glitch. She said these are my primary accounts, but the Visa one's not on there. I was like, hmm. So then I know she says, yeah, anything else joined up with that account, they're just, they're not going to be able to take any money out or do anything because it's going to be under a whole new thing. Now, here's the thing. The way they're doing it is they actually put 3 numbers in front of my original account numbers, whatever those numbers are. That's how they're changing everybody's thing. So it's kind of weird. It really is. How they're doing all of it. I know a lot of banks are changing over. That much I do know. But I was like, what? So that was like key. And she says, I'm so glad you came in because this could have been a messy situation for you, um, if you didn't know or you came in late after the fact or you couldn't get into your account and this would have been a problem. I said, well, does my my card still work? And she goes, oh yeah, that'll still work. But I'm sitting here saying to myself, wait a minute. Now, you're gonna follow what I'm thinking. If you gave me my debit card and you're going to get rid of my original account, my debit card recognizes my account. So until you connect my debit card to the new account, but you're saying that I'm not going to have access to do anything from April 8th through the 12th, my card is not going to be able to work. She's saying it will, but I'm sitting here saying, no, how's that going to work? If it's not transfer. Like if my account doesn't go live, my card's not going to be working unless you're just going to let that card do whatever until it gets connected and then you guys catch up with it. Like you guys can do it like that if you're going to do the catch up thing. So I'm just like, huh, really? Hmm. Hmm. So I just think that's really interesting. So the reason why I'm really hopping on here is pay attention because things are like massively shifting. If you haven't, I'm sorry about this, you guys. Um, if you haven't noticed, like everything's speeding up and moving so fast, you look at how everything's speeding up. We're in April already. Shoot, before you know, oh, I'm sorry, it's July. Sneeze is July. Oh, and cough is going to be September. And God forbid if you just have a bad day altogether, you're in December. So I'm just saying everything is speeding up and it's really just crazy. I mean, it's going so fast to the point to where you really have to kind of look at everything and say, okay, what is today or what am I doing today? And it's, you have to make, especially this month is a manifestational month, which is all about planting the seeds. What are you going to be manifesting? So this month alone in galactic calendar is the manifestation month, and there's a lot going on in this month. So I wanted to hop on here and talk about it. So let me talk about two other things. Let me tell you about the dream I had going over to the Antarctica. Okay. Now, I told you one time before I had like soul traveled over there when I went to bed. And this was like a few months ago. Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Before I get into that, let me back up. Do you remember on my channel when I said somewhere in December I did a video? And I think I even did a video, not even just in December, I did one in the early September of last year, as when I was at the homestead. Do you guys remember me sitting out and I just said, yeah, we're gonna have that flash, the flash of light that's gonna hit us all. It's gonna make a change. Remember that? Remember when I was talking about the flash? And then I started hearing other people talking about the flash, the flash, the flash. Okay, so I know our sun, it does a history of flash. It has a history of doing a flash of solar release. It does its history. But I was very profound when I said it. I said it when that flash of light comes, it's going to make a lot of changes in people's being. But Mother Earth is going to get a kiss from Father's Son. I mean, from Father's Son. But here's the thing: the Father's Son, the son that gives the kiss, is gonna be like CPR to Mother Earth. It's going to be CPR. So a few days ago, when MR 3333, the weather guy on YouTube did his thing. He came on, and it was like, I think it was on a Thursday night or Friday. I think it was Thursday night, and says, "Well, the Earth just got hit with a huge flash, and ultraviolet light was released at the same time. Da 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 da. It was huge. It was so huge, it shook the Earth." So there was a lot of people who felt like an earthquake, and then other people didn't feel it, and they were wondering, like, "Whoa, what did I feel that?" And from that time when it hit, it's been continuously doing these solar vibrational quakes. Like if this is the Earth and it was solar rupture, it's doing a wave, a wave, a wave, a wave, a wave. So every time a wave hit, Mother responded. She got her CPR. And I didn't put it all together until I was listening to it. And I was like, wow, that's a huge flare that hit the Earth. That's huge. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's really huge. So then I'm drawing my medicine bath and I'm doing my thing. I put my hand in the water, and all of a sudden my hands in the water, and I'm stirring in my frequencies, and I'm doing my thing with my water. And all of a sudden I get this, remember what you said? Remember what we gave you the message on? And it was like, shoo. And it's like, yeah, Mother Earth is going to get a CPR and da 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 da. And then I come back and I go, oh my gosh, that's right. And I said, oh my gosh, this is a CPR moment. So it was kind of like that energy. I got goosebumps just thinking about it. It's kind of like that energy at that moment when that happened. I was just like, pull my hand out of the water. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's right. I saw that whole timeline. And then it was like all of a sudden it shifted real quick, and it was all I saw was these beams of light going up through the atmosphere. And it was all the ones who are the light workers and the healers. Their activation got so strong in their pillar of their bodies that they started emanating this light. And then I heard, light workers, get your Lemurians ready, and now is the time. And I was like, oh my gosh. So, everyone, if you have Lemurians, you need to be checking them to see how you're vibrating with your Lemurian. And I'm talking about the crystals, because they might have been a little bit on a slow vibration for you, but I bet you some money right now, if you go touch that, you're gonna be like, everybody I'm in the world I'm seeing. Yes, you're going to be right there in that moment. So check your Lemurians out and see what the vibration, what the codes, if the codes have, some of them have deeper codes inside of them that are waiting for certain timelines to activate, so that they activate and then give you the knowledge of what you and why you chose those Lemurians. Okay, there's a reason. Crystals don't just come into people's lives just to be coming. There's a reason why crystals come to certain people. There's a reason why certain crystals are gifted to people, because that crystal knows they're supposed to be working with you, but as well as your frequency is in alignment with that crystal. So check and see. So now I brought you up to date on that. Now let me go back and tell you. So remember I told you I had that dream back in the day. I think it was in January. I think it was in January when I had that travel to the Antarctica. So remember, I went there and I was walking around. I saw these different bed things, how they had them calibrated, some of the experiments that they were doing. And I went into the one room, and remember, I got in there and they noticed I was in there, and they said, how did she get in here? And then they got me, and then I was on the table energetically, and then I had to call for my um, dragon to come and get me, and then my dragon was able to get me, and I immersed out of that timeline. So anyway, I had a little slight drift over there again. And this time when I went over there, I saw And this is kind of like kind of validation of something that was said earlier on another station. I was like, yeah, that's exactly. I think was it Megan Rose or April? I get those two confused. One of them said that they had gotten the information about the Antarctica. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I saw is they were having a huge meeting and they were so concerned about the huge opening of the firmament that is on that side. And they said they can't even close it. They've been trying to open it and go through it and do things, but now it just like opened up by itself and there's a gap in it. But it's just emanating. It's kind of like it looks like that Stargate. Remember the Stargate movie? How they're before they're gonna go through that Stargate and it's all watery and everything. That's what this filament looks like, except it's more plasmic material, kind of like jelly. It looks like jelly, but it's very alive jelly. It responds to happiness. It responds to anger. It's like a living being membrane, except it's not inorganic. It's organic. That's the only thing I can say. And it's from what I've been shown, it's made up of souls who did not make it past that firmament to go past it. Okay, go past the membrane. So they became a part of the membrane, but it has opened up. There's a gap there. And I said, oh wow, there's a gap there. And then it was like, and then we're having a meeting and they were doing all this meeting talk. And the tea was there and there was talking. And I was like, huh, I wonder what's going on. But I couldn't give any more information because Zoom, I come back. And I was like, And it was on my mind that whole time. What were they talking about? They were gathered and they were talking. And then I just remember I got really ticked off. I got upset. And I got upset because of the moment of just saying, enough is enough. It was like all of a sudden this energy just came up in me. And it was like, I don't know if I was feeling mother, if it was just her responding, but I just said, enough is enough. All of you EMFs are fired. I just got this like energy in me. You're all fired, fired. I was like, T is fired. Pudding's fired. You're fired, fired, fired. Every single one of you that have collaborated and did any kind of craziness on this planet to the people, beings on this planet is fired. You're fired. You're fired because if you didn't represent right. You're fired because if you lied. You're fired because if you were stealing. You're fired because if you did harm to the people. You're fired if you said that you were for the people and you weren't. You're fired if you said you're going to bring truth and you didn't do it. You're fired. I just said it. You're fired. And then after I said it like that, I just went, yes, they are kind of fired. Because aren't they supposed to be representing the people on this planet? But we don't need them to represent us because we can represent ourselves. Where did we lose the handle of representing ourselves and stepping into ourselves and saying what we want for ourselves instead of depending on some two-legged person to make decisions for us? And where did we give all of our power over to a group of people to govern us? Where did we do that? And I think that's where this energy just came up and it just was like, you're fired. If you did not come and represent in the right way and bring things forward in the right way, you are fired. Period. End of subject. You're fired. Fired. So I don't know if this is why Mother just felt all that energy because I really felt like when it came up for me, it was a ball of heat that just rise up. It's not a freaking hot flash because I've known what hot flashes have been. This was like such a heavy, energetic energy that engulfed all the way around. And it was like once I said it like that, it just went boom. You are fired. If you have not presented or done right by now, you are fired. That means that the creative energy of source is coming in and the purging it's definitely begun. And it's just going to be, and nobody is safe from it, especially if you don't know what your purpose is, you know? So it's going to be very interesting as the light keeps getting more intense with the energy and how it's presenting itself because every morning, this window, when it's closed, is glowing a golden color. I can honestly say it's like the color of my golden purse. It's a gold color. This whole window becomes gold in the morning. I'm like, look at that. And then I just lay and I look at it. And then after it finishes going gold, then it just goes to this bright white light. You know, the white that you use behind your little, what is this, circle light? The circle ring, the ring light? Yeah, this turns completely white. And I'm just laying there saying, oh, we in trouble. Now, if you are a light worker and you are awake, you understand that you can utilize that light energy. You're getting your light codes, you're getting information. It's very informational. But too long in it for some people, no, 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 no. For some people, that this too much, that's gonna be a lot. So if it's warm now, in April like this. Can you imagine, especially in California, can you imagine what this summer is going to be like? You haven't seen fires yet, but you're about to in a whole different way. And this amount of energy coming from the sun, we in trouble. I am not kidding. It just taking like I think we walked out there for like to go put the garbage out and everything, walked out. And we said, let's just walk around the building and just walk a little bit. She didn't really want to walk too much today. And we're walking. By the time we walked around the building and got back here and got inside, I was doing fine. But then, boom, I broke out in a sweat. Like I was emanating so much heat. And I was like, damn, yeah, my body pulls in that heat and can harness that heat. And I was just like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of heat. And then all of a sudden I just say, and I just push it upwards and dissipates. I was like, okay. Next thing you know, I'm sipping on a nice, cool bingo drink. So good. Love it. So, on to the next. So, I have been just on this egg thing. I like having my eggs and veggies together, my egg and fish, maybe. Um, so I've been doing like my egg in the morning with pesto on the toasted bread, just a little bit of that, and then maybe a mineral smoothie or something crazy like that. But one of the things I want to show you, hold on, let me grab this. See, girlfriend. Anyway, so one of the things I wanted to find out is I'm thinking, okay, everything that's radiation or what have you, I got to pay attention to it. Da, 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 da. So I said, let me check the eggs because I know for a fact certain eggs are going to get affected. So brown eggs, no problem at this time. So I definitely eat a lot of brown eggs. I asked if it was higher in estrogen because of the feeds that they give the chicken and how the eggs of the brown eggs, it came up negative. There's no soy enhancement with that. And I was like, okay, are the brown eggs harmful for my body to eat? And it says no. Is it digestible? Yes. Here's the question. When I went through the list of, do the brown eggs like to be boiled? Yes. Poached? Yes. Do the brown eggs like to be scrambled? No. Fried? No. Does it like to be mixed up and made for a what am I saying? Kind of like a folded out, folded over, gently stuffed, all that good stuff. And it said yes, as long as it's not scrambled or fried. So something happens when it's scrambled and when it's fried. So it's like, okay, interesting. So yes, I will definitely stick to my brown eggs. Notice how I'm saying that. I left another egg out because brown eggs are not being affected at this time. Anyway, brown egg, brown eggs it is. So, with that being said, notice how I'm being very delicate about why I'm not saying anything about the other egg. There you go. So, also in dream world last night, I woke up before waking up and being blessed with the light. Um, I read in one of my books. I can't remember what I was reading last night, but it stuck in my mind, and I was asking questions about it, and I was just like, hmm. So, so there is this thing about sometimes when we drink more water, the molecules are too big, and we're not getting the absorption from the water when we're drinking it. A lot of times, you keep saying, "I'm drinking more and more water," and I still feel like I'm thirsty all the time. I'm not getting it because the molecules are big. And the reason is because they are not spinning, the bigger molecules are spinning in the wrong direction to be absorbed. So technically, you have to spin it in the right direction and activate it. And when you drink it, your body will get the cueing to absorb the water. So I was seeing myself in all these weird things because now that makes sense why I saw this. I think it's called Blue Glass, where I got my blue glass water container. At the time, I got it from the spa, but I think they ordered it from Blue Glass, is the company. And they came out with this, I want to say, I can't remember. Don't quote me on this. It might be 25 karat gold. I'm not really sure. And a brass, gold or a brass, but it was a spiral spigot inside so that when the water comes out, it spirals through this and it's putting the water in the correct direction. So when you're drinking it, you are actually getting the right spin of the water going into your body. And I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. So I kept seeing, they were showing me this coil that people can just put in their water and it'll just spin it. And they were showing me like a disc that goes on top of the glass. And when you pour the water on it, it automatically spins it into your glass. And they said this will be available all over the place for people because this is going to help enhance the body's cellular uptake of fluids and hydration. Because when the body is not hydrated, it's when you get more of the problems. And one of the research I was doing was asthma. And I said, I know asthma is emotional. I know it can come from trauma. I know it can come from any kind of respiratory illnesses that you get. Asthma shows up and is often on, unless it's chronic, from anything from if you're a heavy smoker, how you get emphysema, anything in that area. So I was looking at all that and I'm researching it and I was like, oh, okay. So a lot of times when people are asthmatic, if it's not from mineral deficiency, it's because of dehydration. And when you are dehydrated, follow what I'm saying, start connecting the dots. When you are dehydrated, lacking moisture, it's when your body becomes inflamed and causes problems. And this is where you can get irritation in the lung tissue. So I was really into that thought, and I saw it in the dream, and how I think I was walking around at Home Depot, and I was seeing all these new gizmo things about them, how they were coming up with new ways to do the water. And then I said, well, can't you just take a and just spin it and just tell the water, go ahead and go into that motion, activate. Yeah, guys, we're divine beings. We can do that. Yes, we can. Just do it. So I make it a conscious thing, and then I was told by mother, divine mother, and she says we always need to make this conscious thing. Those of us that are feeling more expanded in our bodies, and you really want to move your body out of the extra weight, you have to start telling everything that you are putting in your mouth that you are now nourishing me and I am safe, and now you can release the protective weight. You don't need to stay on me. And by you saying that to the food you're eating, it literally gets a different signature energy on it that starts to tell your body you're safe, you're nourishing, you're doing that. Because if you really look back these past 2 years, a lot of people gained weight, myself included. A lot of people gain weight from the stress, from the constant cortisol level shockers. So your body is in this constant state of, I don't feel safe. Whether we say it out loud or not, we're constantly saying, we're feeling, I don't feel safe. So now is the time we start telling ourselves, I am safe. I am protected by my highest divine beings of light that come to me. Depending on how you walk in your life. I know I'm safe because I have too many weird things been happening to me. Like yesterday, after got back running around doing our stuff, I said, okay, I got my other set of research books. Oh, hold on a second. I'm like, hold on a second. So I got all my other books and stuff, and then got a couple out of storage because I have some research I'm doing. But I told you a story about this one. I got to look how big that book is. Yeah, when I saw this book, in the store in Shasta Soul Connection. There's a reason why they call their store Soul Connection, because they are actually doing things that can help people get connected to their soul journey. So when this book was sitting just on a stand, it was so funny. I was just like, oh, okay. Oh, this is a big book. Oh my God, it's so big. I almost put it back because it intimidated me. It's this book like, but it's called The Gene Keys. Yeah. Now, embracing your higher purpose. And I can't wait to get in here to like start adding this in on top of my reads. So now my readings are galactic, cards, oracle. Then we dissect you by your I tell people look at what your human design is because that gives you a lot of info right there. And then now I'm adding this into the mix. So now you're not just getting your whole kit and caboodle of all this other good stuff, but now you're getting the gene key added on top of it. And I love doing my reads. I love doing them, because I like seeing when people get the results, how it changes their lives. And one of the biggest things about me, I think that I really, really like, oh, I almost forgot. Hold on. I didn't forget about the story that I really, really like about when I'm like helping people get to the discovery of what they need to be doing and helping them to get there. When the person takes it on and they actually trust themselves and they step into it, it happens like that. When a person is in their head and they're trying to analyze themselves and they're trying to figure it all out, it don't take off. Or if a person is so full of fear, they step out of it and they won't carry it out because they are fearful. They won't it won't take place. So anyway, so let me get back to the story. I know I hold on a second. It's good. I froze the grapes. So when I blended it, they they don't break down all the way, but they do just enough and it's good. So I get the books and I'm gonna go put them out in the car so I can drop them off for later. So I'm walking outside. Now I walked out many times, you know, and the weirdest thing was the what was said, and it was this elderly. I want to say he look. I want to say he was black. He looked maybe mixed, but here's the thing: the way he walked up to me as I was walking to the car, he goes, "Hey, what are you reading there?" And I showed him. I said, "Oh, it's a book on the tree of life and finding one's purpose and people. Oh, you teach and stuff." I said, "Well, I do more like holistic teachings and guiding for people." Oh, that's your profession. I said, "Oh no, I retired for that. For nursing, I retired from that." He goes, "Oh, well, thank you for your service." I said, "Well, thank you." So he goes, "Well, that's good." And then he looks at me. He says, "It's good to know when you know you're blessed to do what you do." Amen on that. Can I get a hand bump? He does that to me. And I go, yeah, mm, you get a hand bump. And he smiles at me when he says it. And you know what was so weird about it? Because of the way he came up, I've never seen this man before, but he looked like one of the people. Hold on a second. You know this is live, right? Hey, I'm live right now. Can I give you a call back? I'm on YouTube doing my live. Okay, bye. Okay. All right. So hold on, you guys. Hold on. I gotta show you the picture. Because this man looked like one of my cards. And I didn't put it all together until I got back into the house because when I fist bumped him like this, I felt this charge go through me like, "Chum." And it wasn't bad or anything. It was like, whew. He goes, and he kind of smiled at me like what? And I was kind of like, what the heck did he just do to me? You know? And I thought it was kind of weird because he goes, fist bump, and I'm like, hmm? So I walked to my car and I put my stuff in the back of the trunk and I come I'm thinking because he was walking in the direction I'm thinking he's coming and then I turn around he's nowhere to be found. I'm like he didn't get into a car. I didn't see him walk into any place because we're right in the middle of the parking lot right back here. And I said, where the hell did he go? Gone, disappeared. But I'm gonna hold on a second. Hold on. I know. I think there's a picture in these cards what he kind of resembles. And I was just like, wait a minute. Here it is. He looked like this man. Take the staff away. See his face? He didn't have the beard, just this face. And I was just like, he looks like one of the pictures in my card. Like the face. Look just like this, except take away the beard. And I was just like, and I kept feeling that was an elder checking up on me because I've never seen this man around walking around anywhere. I've never seen him before. He just engaged a conversation with me about the books and it was telling me it's it's a you're blessed when you know you're blessed when you are doing your purpose of what makes you happy. And I was just like, why would he say that to me? And then he goes, fist bump. And I go, okay. And I did that. And it was like this, it was almost like if you could take and say the electrical current when we both did it, it was like an electrical current just went. And I was like, whoa. And he smiled and I smiled. I was like, he goes, He Man did it. And I go, ah, man. And I said, yeah, when you know what you're supposed to be doing, and it's a blessing. He goes, yes. When you know what you're supposed to be doing, it is a blessing. And that's all I heard. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna see him come out around side. He never came around side. No car ever took off. Don't know where he went. He just like vanished. Okay, I looked. I'm like, okay, that's not even a minute. It's not even a full 30 seconds or something. It doesn't take that long. And he's nowhere to be found. I was like, oh, now they're all coming, coming up and saying hi, please. Let's get fun. Like what the hell? But he looked just like that card. I said, that man looks like one of my cards. And the cards happened to be angels and ancestors. I don't know, people. I'm just sharing with you because this is a magical place to be living. This is a magical world. And because of the timelines, things are open, things are leaving, things are coming. And there's so many timelines happening at the same time. Things are coming. I mean, I told you about when we were on our way up to Shasta and how we're driving, we're looking, and this black car's behind us. And I'm thinking, okay, it's all blacked out, black glass, black. And then it has the yellow headlights. And I'm like, okay, wow, those are really kind of neat headlights. But it's daytime, we're driving and I'm thinking, okay, he's really pressing on her. Well, he's, you know, should get over. He gets over and we're waiting for him to come up on the side of the car and get in front of us. Never shows up. There's no exit. He just like vanished, disappeared. And I go, that car never came up. The car disappeared. Jen's like, I wasn't going to say anything. There's no exit. He's not there. He vanished. I was like, yeah, he did. He vanished. So I just wanted to come on here and share those things, let everybody know about pay attention to your bank. Because if I wouldn't have went in, I would have not have known because they sent this out February 22nd. I never got anything. And then she printed it out um, yesterday. But on April 12th is when my account will be live. And I'm like, wow. But there's only 3 accounts on there. The other one's not even on there. She goes, no, these would be your 3 primary accounts. And I'm like, okay. And then this morning I look at it and say, wait, there's another one missing. Where's the Visa one? Guess that's done. Bye-bye. So I am going to pull a card for the day because it is Sunday. And let's go ahead and do Beyond Lemuria. And Izzy, you are awesome. I love your work. Your design work is just fabulous. I've seen and your silk hangings are from, we saw some of them that they had hanging in the windows at Soul Connection. They are so beautiful. My friend, she bought 2 of them and took them to do her artwork sales. And I'm talking about the owner, the designer of this, Izzy Ivy. She's just awesome. So your work, and then the latest one I saw, you did the post of the new world, the new earth, I should say. So today we're going to close out this segment. Thank you all for supporting, buying my book. I'm still currently working on the 3rd one. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I will get it done. And the 3rd one's going to be printable. So the card that we have doesn't surprise me. Earth and nurture. Being nurtured by nature. I love that. And then what did I say this month is all about? Number 36, manifestation. Manifesta. Get your manifestation on earth. The new timelines. And now we're going to do the magical dimensions by Lightstar. She has another deck that's coming out, and I cannot wait. It's coming out this summer. So Lightstar, if you're watching me, thank you for all your teachings of light language and all the things you've done. It's really helped me with my light language and doing that. So she's got another set coming out. I really like that. So I can't wait to get that set. Can't wait. So I just keep mine. So let's close out with this one. Which pill did you take today? I took a purple pill. But I do like that dream. How I came up and I said, "You're fired." Oh, you're fired. We have the 3rd eye portal, visions and clairvoyance and clarity. And we have that get out of that confusion. So staying in that 3rd eye and knowing they have that clarity. Love that. Being true to self. And this is a number 39. That's at 12, 3, Trinity. All right, lovelies, be good to yourselves. Have a fantastic week. Stay vigilant on your accounts. And I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. And be good to yourself. Please make sure you like and subscribe to this. I need about 18 more people to just subscribe. If what I do doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. No worries. But I just need 18 people because I would like to try to get my URL linked up more with my Galactic Spiral Light webpage and get that more linked and get ownership of this part of it. But anyway, YouTube, I'm glad some things are finally changing on you. Like we got all that excitement with the slap thing going on, but hmm, hmm, hmm. Is it real or is it Memorex? Anyway, on that note, have a great day. Be good to yourselves. And that is a wrap. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.